welcome to our channel. Diane was once confident that her life had reached the pinnacle of success and happiness when she had Jack Abbott, the powerful man and pillar of the Abbott family. Every moment with him was a testament to the solidity, to the unbreakable bonds in a world full of intrigue and turmoil. But then, in a seemingly peaceful moment, Diane's whole world suddenly collapsed when a horrifying secret was revealed. Jack Abbott was Summer's biological father. Diane's life has long been built on the foundation of trust and pride when standing next to Jack, the man she believed was a symbol of power, loyalty, and devotion. However, behind the splendid curtain of the Abbott family, there are heartbreaking pieces, secrets that no one could have expected. It all started when Diane overheard a tense conversation between Phyllis and Jack. Phyllis's voice, now filled with the challenge and weight of an indelible past, threw out a statement that changed everything. DNA tests showed that Jack was not Nick's biological father as everyone believed, but Summer's father. In that moment, Diane felt a jolt to the core. She stood frozen, her heart pounding, and Phyllis's every word echoed in her mind like sharp blades cutting through all the hopes and dreams she had worked so hard to build over the years with Jack. The betrayal of fate came unexpectedly, weighing down her shoulders with an unimaginable burden. Memories of warm moments, of the trust she had given Jack, now faded, giving way to feelings of shock, anger, and disappointment. Unable to contain the rage and pain in her heart, Diane rushed to confront Jack. She demanded answers, demanded an explanation for the secret she thought had been right in front of her. Jack's eyes, filled with regret and pain, confirmed that this was no joke, the truth had been revealed forever. Even though she knew that Jack's every word, every gesture contained disappointment and guilt. For Diane, that only increased her sense of betrayal, making her sink deeper into the pain that never ceased. Diane had been proud of fighting tirelessly to protect the Abbott family, to maintain her position in a fiercely competitive world. She had devoted all her heart and soul to building a solid future, where every decision and every relationship was carefully considered. But now, when the terrible truth came crashing down like a raging storm, Diane did not know what to do. The feeling of betrayal of a woman who had devoted her whole heart and soul to love and family, now became the source of a nightmare that plunged her into despair. Inside Diane, a fierce internal war was taking place. She struggled between love and hatred, between the desire to forgive and the feeling of being unable to accept betrayal. The fact that Summer, the daughter of the woman who was Phyllis's sworn enemy, was related by blood to Jack, made everything more confusing and complicated than ever. Could she accept such a contradictory reality? Or will her hatred drive her to irreversible actions, actions that could change the fate of the Abbott family forever? The fierce confrontation between Diane and Jack is not only a confrontation between two individuals but also a battle between the past and the present. Between the beautiful memories that once built trust and the destruction of an undeniable truth. Jack, with regret clearly on his face, tried to explain, to find a way to justify the mistakes of the past. He told of the complicated circumstances, of the difficult decisions he had to face when he was young, when things were not as they are now. But for Diane, those justifications made the betrayal all the more painful. She felt like she had been deceived, not only by the man she loved, but also by fate, by the fragments of the past that she had never dared to face. The truth about Summer Newman's parentage opens up a chain of unforeseen consequences. Not only does it affect Diane and Jack's relationship, it also creates cracks in the foundation of the Abbott family, a family that was once considered a symbol of unity, strength, and loyalty. Rumors, doors of truth begin to open, spreading throughout Genoa City, making everyone wonder. Can relationships, bonds built on a foundation of trust last forever in a world where the past is always lurking, waiting to shatter every illusion? Diane, once a symbol of power and sophistication, is now confused and in pain beyond imagination. She feels like she is standing in the middle of a chaotic scene, where every piece of her life contains contradictions and irreconcilable things. Jack's betrayal is not only a loss of love, but also a loss of faith, of the self-worth that she has worked so hard to build. Facing the explosion of emotions, Diane is forced to face herself. She quietly asks herself whether she still has enough strength to overcome this pain. Has Jack's betrayal made everything meaningless, or can she find herself again, find faith in love and family again? Long sleepless nights, moments of unanswered questions gradually push her into an arduous inner journey. Along the way, Diane is confronted with old memories, with happy moments with Jack, times that she believed would last forever. She recalls the days of building a home together, the happy moments together, and wonders. Was everything just an illusion, just fragments of the past that have now been chewed up by the harsh truth? That painful feeling gradually turns into a source of motivation, making her decide not to let this betrayal decide her fate. Diane's emotions rise in waves, from pain, from disappointment, to explosive anger. In her weak moments, she once thought of revenge, thought of making Jack suffer what she was going through. But deep inside, a voice of reason reminds her of the value of forgiveness, not only for others but also for herself. Forgiveness, according to that voice, is not weakness, but an affirmation of inner strength, a way to free oneself from the shackles of the past. Diane begins to wonder, is it possible to forgive Jack for a past that she never had the chance to fully understand? Or should she choose the path of revenge, a path that can bring temporary satisfaction but leaves deep wounds, consequences that cannot be erased? That difficult internal dialogue makes each decision heavy and unpredictable, when all the broken pieces of life seem to be just waiting to explode, to destroy everything she once believed in. In the context of Genoa City, a city where secrets always exist under the cover of power and fame, the truth about Summer's bloodline is not only a separate piece but also a manifestation of the intersection between the past and the present. The past, with its memories, mistakes and regrets, is always lurking, waiting to remind us that things can never be completely forgotten. And the present, with its complicated relationships and fragile emotions, is always dominated by secrets that we have never dared to face. Diane now has to face not only Jack's betrayal, but also her own past, the past with the decisions she once thought were right, the choices she believed were the path to eternal happiness. In that moment, she realizes that each person has their own history, a series of mistakes and turning points that cannot be reversed. And it is that truth that shapes us, no matter how hard we try to deny or forget. When the secret of bloodline is spread, not only Diane but the entire Abbott family falls into chaos. Relationships that were once strong are now fractured, and gossip and jealous looks from those around them further complicate the family's internal picture. Jack, who was once the pillar and pride of the family, is now caught between the past and the present, between family responsibilities and personal mistakes that he cannot escape. The members of the Abbott family are forced to ask themselves, can this truth change the situation? Can it make things worse? Or, on the contrary, can it open a new path to self-awareness and forgiveness? Relationships that were once considered solid are now fragile, as if each of them is on the brink of breaking, not knowing when, what will be the moment for everything to collapse completely. Amidst the storm of emotions and the chaos of relationships, Diane Jenkins stands at the crossroads of fate. Her heart was filled with wounds, but also contained a desire to be renewed, to be reborn. She realized that, although the past could bring unforgettable pain, it was only by facing and accepting the truth that she could overcome those difficulties. Diane begins a journey of self-liberation, a journey in which she learns not only to forgive Jack, but also to forgive herself. In the quiet moments, in the darkness of her pain, she finds a glimmer of hope, a light of a new tomorrow. She gradually learns to let the wounds of the past no longer be a burden but a lesson, a milestone that helps her grow and become stronger. As her emotions subside, Diane begins to realize that Jack's betrayal does not define her. She remembers the days gone by, the moments when she stood firm in the storm, fought for what she believed in and loved. Although everything may have changed, her self-esteem and inner strength have not faded. She understood that, in order to continue living and loving, she needed to learn to let go of the past, learn to appreciate the present and move towards a future where every decision carried wisdom and tolerance. Diane began to seek support from loved ones, from friends who had accompanied her through the ups and downs of life. She gradually opened her heart to share, gradually allowing herself to be weak, to cry and to heal. Through each story, through each word of encouragement, she realized that love and forgiveness were not only values for others but also the medicine that helped her heal the deep wounds in her soul. During the long evenings, when loneliness and contemplation swirled, Diane often sat by the window, looking out at the sparkling starry sky, wondering if each star was a piece of memory, a past story that had now become a part of her. And it is from those fragments of memory that she gradually regains her faith in life, faith in love, faith in herself. Although the wounds of the past are still there, Diane gradually learns to transform pain into strength, learns to turn betrayal into a valuable lesson. She realizes that life is never a series of perfect things, but a long journey with many ups and downs, with many joys mixed with sadness. And it is in the darkest moments, when everything seems to collapse, that people find the light of life, the light of rebirth. Jack, although always suffering from regrets about past mistakes, also begins to realize that the truth, although painful, is necessary to heal long-standing wounds. He tries to repair, tries to heal the once strong relationship with Diane and with the Abbott family. But will regret and explanations be enough to erase the pain of the past? Or will each scar, each memory forever be a testament to things that cannot be changed? On her journey to freedom, Diane Jenkins gradually learns that, despite her past being full of mistakes and painful secrets, it is those experiences that make her who she is, a strong, confident woman who knows her own worth. She realizes that in order to move forward, it takes courage to face the truth, to accept the things that cannot be changed, and to seek forgiveness from within. The story of Diane, Jack, and Summer is not only a piece in the complex history of the Abbott family, but also a symbol of the conflicts and challenges that every person must face in life. It reminds us that love, though it may be tested by unforeseen events, is always the source of strength for us to stand up, to continue living and loving. As the light of a new day gradually emerged after the storm of the soul, Diane stood there, more confident, stronger than ever. She knew that, although the wounds of the past may be deeply engraved in her heart, only she can decide whether they will become barriers or become a launching pad for maturity. And with that determination, she opened a new chapter for her life, a chapter no longer bound by the dark secrets of the past, but instead of hope, forgiveness and a new love, complete and free. Although the road ahead was full of thorns and challenges, Diane Jenkins found the inner strength to move forward, to face all the storms of life. Her story will continue, as a testament to the fact that no matter how many times you fall, you can always get back up, learn from the past and move towards a brighter future. In that moment, under the starry sky of Genoa City, Diane decided that no one, nothing could take away her worth. She understands that every wound is part of the journey, and only by accepting, forgiving and learning from them can one be truly free and happy. And so, with a firm belief in herself, Diane Jenkins continues on a new path, a path of rebirth, of courage and of love that never fades. Every step, every decision of Diane now is not only a reflection of the past, but also an affirmation of a future that she draws with her own hands. A future without the fragments of betrayal, but instead the power of forgiveness, of healing and of a belief in lasting love. And that is the story of a woman, of Diane Jenkins, who dared to face the truth, dared to live fully as herself, despite all the challenges of fate. Follow our channel to update the exciting and dramatic changes of the ongoing episode.